Hey everybody, it's Liam. Today in my presentation I'm going to be talking about my favorite winter activity, which is skiing. Skiing to me is something that I've done my entire life, pretty much. I'm 19 right now. I started skiing when I was 2 years old, so I've been skiing about 17 years. It started when my grandma and grandpa had a cottage up in Harbor Springs. It's about right somewhere up in this area. That's where Nub's Knob is, actually. That's where I learned to ski, which is a really good resort, one of the best resorts in Michigan, actually, for skiing. I grew up skiing there until I was about 7 years old is when they sold their cottage. So I haven't been up there in quite a while, actually, but until they sold it, that's where I used to go. Now in southeast Michigan, which is where I live, Genesee County, obviously, Mount Holly is the best option. So there's Mount Holly, there's Alpine Valley, there's Pine Knob. All are really good. The closest and most convenient for me is Mount Holly. That's my favorite, that's my go-to, just because of the convenience of it, like I said. But Pine Knob and Alpine I have been to a couple times. That's really good options, really fun. The snow quality is not as good there, so I would recommend starting at Mount Holly if you were to start, if you haven't been out before. It's a great place to start. Everybody there is super friendly, super convenient, lifts are good, rentals are good. Overall dynamic of the mountain is pretty good. With that, I'm in a race club at Mount Holly, where it's a group of adults, usually I'd say like mid 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. Anybody older than 18 can join it. And I joined it last year. That was my first year doing that, fresh out of high school racing. And it's fun. Everybody gathers together on Monday night. They eat food before, eat food after, go up, race whenever they feel like going. And at the end, everybody kind of compares their times. And that's really fun for me. Like I said, I used to race in high school, so it's kind of a good comeback to racing, I guess you could call it. In high school, I raced Mount Holly, of course. In skiing, there's two different race categories. There's slalom and there's giant slalom. My personal favorite is slalom. That's where the gates in the course are set closer together, so you really have to have like fast feet for it. But you come out of the start gate and you're instantly hitting gates. You have pole guards on, which is like when you're holding your poles, you have like a plastic cover that goes over the part of your fist, so you can kind of clear the gates, push them out of the way. That for me sold it on why I like slalom way more than giant slalom, is just the action. You know, super fast feet, you're constantly moving, you're constantly pushing the gates out of the way with your hands. And for everybody watching the race, it's always something to watch. On the other hand, giant slalom, a little bit less entertaining to watch, a little bit less entertaining to ski. But the positive, or the plus side of that race category is the speed. The gates are set out way further apart than slalom gates, so you get to go really fast. You actually don't have to have any extra protection for that either. In slalom, you have to have the pole guards, like I said, the little plastic pieces that go over your fists. You have to have like a metal chin strap that goes on your helmet, and you also have to have shin guards. Giant slalom doesn't require any of that. You're not actually touching the gates, you're just skiing around them. And yeah, it's really fun. I would advise anybody that hasn't skied before to go out and give it a try. And yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. I think you really will. Every Monday night we're out there in a men's league ski race, so you can always join. It's never too late. So that's my little spiel there on ski racing and why I enjoy it so much.